I still remember the exact second my heart stopped. It was the sound of my phone buzzing at 3:17 a.m. A single notification. Apple Pay, $9,847.32, Best Buy approved. I sat up in the dark and stared at the ceiling like it had personally betrayed me. Because the card that just got gutted like a fish was the one I keep for emergencies only. The one nobody knows about. The one that was supposed to be my parachute if the world ever caught fire. And in one night, my little sister turned it into confetti. My name is Ethan. 36. Corporate litigator. The guy who color codes his sock drawer and never misses nothing. Except, apparently, the moment my own blood decided I was an ATM with a hug. Let me take you back to how it started, because the beginning felt so small it was almost cute. Friday night. The whole town is at the high school playoff game. Floodlights so bright they bleach the sky. I'm leaning on the chain link fence in a charcoal coat, sipping burnt cocoa, pretending I'm not freezing. My nephew Caleb, 11 years old, gap-toothed, convinced he's already 6 foot, comes sprinting up with that grin kids get when they know they're about to get away with murder. Hey Uncle E. Can I borrow your phone to buy nachos? Mom said it's fine. I hand it over without thinking. Muscle memory. I've been the yes guy since he was in diapers. He taps, the phone flashes green, he runs off. Cute, right? By halftime my watch is vibrating like it's having a seizure. $49, $189, $2, $400, $6, $700. I'm standing there with cocoa dripping down my wrist, staring at charges flying in faster than I can screenshot them. 85-inch OLED. AirPods Max. Some limited edition gaming chair that costs more than my first car. And the merchant notes all say the same thing. In-store pickup, Lila. My sister's name. I look across the bleachers. There she is, laughing with her mom friends. Waving at Caleb like she's mother of the year. She catches my eye, gives me that big sister smirk, mouths thank you, and blows a kiss. I almost threw up on the AstroTurf. I didn't say a word that night. I smiled. I carried her cooler to the car. I told Caleb the new TV was going to look sick in the basement. Then I drove home, locked my door, and at 2:03 a.m. I did what any self-respecting lawyer does when someone commits felony-level fraud with a side of glitter. I nuked every card, every linked account, every digital wallet that had ever sniffed my money. 7:02 a.m. the next morning my phone explodes. Lila, Ethan, what did you do? Mom, your sister is crying in the Apple Store parking lot. Fix this. Dad, son, it's Christmas. Caleb, from his iPad, why does it say card declined loudly crying face loudly crying face? I let it ring until the screen went black. Then I made coffee and waited. You need to understand something about my family. I was the kid who got straight A's so nobody had to worry. Lila was the kid who got C's and still got the bigger bedroom because she needed space to express herself. When I won the statewide mock trial championship, Mom put the trophy on a shelf behind the toilet paper. When Lila got asked to homecoming, we had a parade. I learned early, my job was to make sure the spotlight stayed on her. And I was good at it. Too good. So when she started borrowing money in college, just $200 here, $500 there, I paid. When she totaled 2 cars before 25, I co-signed the third. When Caleb needed braces, speech therapy, a new school because the old one didn't understand him, guess who wrote the checks? I told myself it was love. Really it was fear. Fear that if I ever said no, I'd finally prove I was the cold. Selfish. The bad son. But that night under the stadium lights, something snapped so cleanly I heard it. By Monday the charges totaled $38,214. Lila had upgraded Caleb's entire Christmas, plus a little something for herself, diamond earrings, because a single mom deserves to feel pretty. She posted on Facebook. Feeling so blessed. My amazing brother surprised us with the best early Christmas ever. Red heart hashtag family first hashtag blessed beyond words. 4,000 likes. Half the town tagging me, you're such a good man, Ethan. I sat in my office and laughed until I gagged. That's when I filed the fraud report. Not the polite bank dispute. The real one. With affidavits. With screenshots of her text saying, "Don't worry, I'll Venmo you in January," winking face. With the Apple Pay device name literally labeled, Lila's Fun Money. The bank froze everything. Apple remotely wiped the wallet. Best Buy put a hold on the TV. And my sister lost her goddamn mind. She showed up at my apartment at 11 p.m. banging on the door like the police. Caleb trailing behind in Spider-Man pajamas, confused and teary. "You're ruining his Christmas," she screamed through the wood. "You're jealous because nobody ever loved you like they love me." I opened the door just enough to see her mascara streaking like war paint. "Lila," I said, voice so calm it scared even me, "you stole 40 grand from me." "It's not stealing if it's family. Tell that to the detective I spoke to this afternoon." The color drained from her face so fast I thought she'd faint. Caleb whispered, "Mom, are we in trouble?" She spun on him. "Go wait in the car." Then back to me, quieter now, the way people get right before they play their last card. "If you do this, if you press charges, Mom will never forgive you. She'll have to get in line." She started crying harder, but it was different this time. Smaller. Like someone who just realized the game might actually have rules. The next 3 days were a masterclass in emotional terrorism. Mom left 17 voicemails calling me ungrateful, vindictive, the reason your father's blood pressure is high. Dad sent a single text, "She's your only sister." An aunt I haven't spoken to in 6 years posted a prayer chain for healing in our family. Lila launched a GoFundMe, help a struggling single mom give her son the Christmas he deserves after a brother froze their accounts. It hit the goal in 9 hours. I didn't fight the narrative online. I just kept working. Kept breathing. Kept waiting for the moment I'd feel guilty. It never came. On the 4th day, something shifted. Caleb showed up alone. Knocked so softly I almost missed it. He was holding a folded piece of notebook paper like it was on fire. "Mom doesn't know I'm here," he mumbled. He handed me the paper. Inside was a drawing. Stick figure me with a cape, holding a giant TV, and a tiny stick Caleb jumping into my arms. Underneath, in shaky capital letters, "I'm sorry I lied about the nachos. I didn't know it would make you go away. Can you still be my uncle?" I sat on the floor right there in the hallway and cried like a fucking baby. Not because I was sad. Because for the first time in my life, I wasn't the only one who saw the truth. I looked at that kid, red nose, messy hair, terrified he'd broken something permanent, and I made a decision. I drove him home. Walked into Lila's apartment while she was at work. Took every single box still unopened, TV, gaming chair, those stupid earrings, and loaded them into my trunk. Left a note on the counter. Returned for refund. Money goes to a college fund in Caleb's name only. You want to be a family again? Start by acting like an adult. Until then, we're on a break. I blocked every number that wasn't his school. I changed banks. I got a new phone. I disappeared from their orbit like a ghost finally allowed to leave the house it was haunting. 6 weeks later I got one text from Caleb's principal. "Your nephew has been coming to school with lunch money again. Just thought you should know." That was it. No apology from Lila. No reckoning. Just a little boy eating a sandwich because someone, somewhere, decided he was worth protecting. And here's the part that still keeps me up some nights. I don't know if I did the right thing. I don't know if boundaries this sharp leave scars that never heal. I just know that for the first time in 36 years, when I look in the mirror, I recognize the man staring back. He's tired. He still misses the kid who used to call him Uncle E like it was a superpower. But he's not afraid anymore. So I need to ask you something, because I still don't have the answer. If the people who are supposed to love you most treat your generosity like oxygen, something they can't live without, but never thank you for breathing, at what point do you stop giving them air? Tell me in the comments. Because some nights, when the apartment is too quiet, I still don't know if I saved us. Or if I just became the villain they always warned me I'd be.